Mr. Vegas, you are wrong in this situation. And when I say wrong, I don't mean you're wrong to defend your reputation, but I'm saying your approach to how you defended your reputation worked against you. It brought you to a new low. Just like on YouTube, figure your brain some new food. Hello people, and welcome back to the channel. If this is your first time on the channel, a special welcome to you. I ask that you check out the rest of my videos. If you like what you see, give them a thumbs up, leave a comment, but more than anything, I'm asking that you subscribe to the channel. Today's video is titled Souflo TV, Mr. Vegas, two wrongs does not make it right. Usually, these are subject matters that I would not entertain on my channel because my channel is more about education and politics when it comes to Jamaica, Jamaican government, black people worldwide, and the Caribbean. However, when there's an opportunity that presents itself for me to use a subject matter to educate the younger Jamaican minds that are coming up in the world, I will seize that opportunity and use it on my platform as a method of education. So my intention with this video today is really to direct the younger Jamaicans not to walk in the footsteps of negativity, especially when that negativity is displayed by influential Jamaicans, whether or not they are politicians, in this case a musician and a Jamaican vlogger. Souflo TV is a vlogging channel out of South Florida where a Jamaican individual discusses issues going on in Jamaica and issues surrounding Jamaicans. I have browsed Souflo TV a few times just to hear what he has to say, and I'm sure that in the past I've probably have left a commentary on one of his videos. I respect the channel as a channel. I mean, whether or not I am in agreement with what that person says or don't say or do with his channel, I still have a respect for the channel because at the same time it is an avenue of utterance, it is an avenue of information. Yes, that's the word that I'm looking for. Mr. Vegas, on the other hand, is a Jamaican dancehall artist, or I believe ex-Jamaican dancehall artist. I think I hear something about Mr. Vegas converting to Christianity. But Mr. Vegas is an established Jamaican dancehall artist, one of prominent reputation in the country, and an artist that I do like. I even had a few Mr. Vegas albums, in particularly the Ed's Eye CD. I remember having that. I think he had like faded hair and little plaits in the top of his head, and if I'm remembering right, it was a blue and white CD. Anyway, that's apart from the issue. So as you can see, in one way or another, I have supported both of them at some point in my life. But on this occasion, I am not in support of any of them. And I'm gonna actually set the record straight. And hopefully this message gets to them and where they could actually look into themselves and see where they went wrong and how they could have dealt with the situation. So without getting into too much details, Souflo TV did a video where he was saying for some reason or another that Mr. Vegas, despite his impressive success in the Jamaican music industry, to Souflo knowledge, Mr. Vegas did not pass the baton along, and to Souflo knowledge, Mr. Vegas had not done anything to help any younger or upcoming artists. Mr. Vegas took offense into that. Why? Well, I can't tell a person how to feel based upon what somebody says about them. But I can criticize how the person reacts. And in this instance, I'm going to criticize how Mr. Vegas reacted. But before I touch how Mr. Vegas reacted, let me address Souflo's part. Souflo did what Souflo always do. Souflo talks. It's what me and Souflo and other Jamaican vloggers do. We come on our channel and we talk. My mother used to say, mouth cut crossway for talk, so people talk. Okay, so that's what we're doing. That's what I'm doing at the moment. My mother used to also say, words are wind and blow is unkind. For anybody that didn't get the meaning of those, let me say, words are words and people will forever speak words. So even though they were words that was somewhat negative towards the reputation of Mr. Vegas, I didn't really see the need for the kind of response that Mr. Vegas did. Whether what Souflo is saying is facts or fiction, to Mr. Vegas himself, I believe he should have received that as irrelevant information. Vloggers talk, and some vloggers just speak off the top of their head, while some vloggers speak from experience, while some vloggers search out factual information before they talk. It's kind of like journalism. It is journalism. So like newspaper and like TV news, sometimes people report the wrong thing, and sometimes people report the right thing even though it will offend someone. Anyway, in the discredit of Mr. Vegas, Souflo did at the same time give Mr. Vegas credit where credit was due. So I did hear where Souflo did say Mr. Vegas was world established and his music did well. But at the same time, in the same breath, was when Souflo says Mr. Vegas didn't pass the baton along. Those are my words. I'm just paraphrasing. If that's all that I'd listened to and heard, I would not be making this video. But I'm really making this video because of the response that I've watched that Mr. Vegas did. And I'm going to say to Mr. Vegas directly, Vegas, you are wrong in this situation. Souflo is wrong, but I'm going to get back to that in a minute. But Mr. Vegas, you are wrong in this situation. And when I say wrong, I don't mean you're wrong to defend your reputation, but I'm saying your approach to how you defended your reputation kind of worked against you. It brought you to a new low. Mr. Vegas' approach is response by describing Souflo TV as a stripper, and Mr. Vegas expressed a lot of explicit terminology such as Souflo and nyam crutches. That was a little gully for me, you know. That was a little too low for me. And whether or not you have converted your life to Christianity or you're still the old Mr. Vegas, I would still see you in a negative light just by the way you approach that situation. Secondly, you know, and most importantly, when you approach your response, you describe Souflo TV as little boy. So that in itself tells you that you're a bigger man than Souflo. You know, you're an adult compared to Souflo TV. So the last thing you should be doing is taking on a child. The last thing you should be doing is letting Souflo bring you down to that level. Even though Souflo did not title you or brand you as anything with an explicit terminology. So Souflo kind of looked like the better man in this situation, if you get what I'm saying. First of all, you are a musician and Souflo is a vlogger. It's two separate platforms. They are a platform of entertainment, but they're two separate platforms that shouldn't really conflict. One should either be describing one and one should either be singing about the other. That's how I see artists and vloggers could ever come across. So I'm here talking about you, Mr. Vegas, and I'm saying what I say about you, and that's pretty much my job as a vlogger. You now, you're an artist, so if you're going to mention my name at any point, I expect that to be in a song, but I don't really expect you and I to be head-butting, you know, I don't know. I just don't see where that was even relevant to even bring the two platforms in such a collision. I can't sit up here and say Souflo was out of line to say what he said, because like I say, that's his job. That's the job that Souflo takes on, to talk, to gossip. Like I say, I've seen Souflo TV. I've watched it a few times. I respect his platform, even if I don't respect the subject that he talked about, or even if I don't agree with the issues that he talked about. He presented himself publicly as a vlogger, and that's what he does. He talks. So you can either say he's talking rubbish, or I like him because he's factual. I support other Jamaican vloggers. Who do I support? I watch Rapper Cropper. So big up yourself, Rapper Cropper. I watch Rapper Cropper every now and then. Again, I respect Rapper Cropper's platform, even if I don't agree with Rapper Cropper, or I don't find his subject matters as entertaining. It doesn't mean that because I don't find him entertaining, meaning that I don't respect him, or I would come on my channel and disrespect him. I watch Dutty Berry. Big up yourself, Dutty Berry. I find Dutty Berry to be entertaining. Even if I don't like the subject matters of Dutty Berry, Rapper Cropper, Souflo TV, I wouldn't come up here and call them or describe them with any explicit terminology. So bottom line, I'm saying, Mr. Vegas, you're human. And as human, I am sure that you get angry just as much as you get happy. And when you're angry, maybe it pushes you to utter a few profanity or a few expletives. But at the same time, you have to keep that reputation in mind, that when you turn a camera on and something is about to go public, your reputation is on that. And your response was beneath you. It was beneath me. Some of the wordings that you used, I thought, I'm losing our Vegas in this one. And the worst thing you could have done in that video message to Souflo TV was to hang out your resume, because you were conflicting yourself. As much as you were saying that what you do for other artists, you don't have to go around and tell everybody. You were conflicting yourself by showing us everybody that you assisted. You mentioned that you assisted Sean Paul, and you mentioned that you assisted a whole lot of other artists, and that you've wrote songs for a whole lot of artists. And that right there gave Souflo TV the success and the championship of this verbal battle. He sucked you into his world, and you have bowed down to his level, because you had to come. As much as you're saying Souflo TV was not relevant, you came out to correct Souflo TV by showing him that you're wrong about me, Souflo, because I've helped A, B, C, D, E, F, G. So right there, it shows a certain level of insecurity on your side. If a person is rich and well off and confident, they don't have anything to prove to anyone, even if someone discriminates against them, saying you're always wearing the same clothes or you're always wearing the same shoes. But if that person has to turn around and say, look at my bank account, it shows that they're insecure, and it shows that what that person said about them hit a nerve. So your reaction, Mr. Vegas, showed that Souflo did hit a nerve. And I'm imploring to you and other Jamaican artists and other Jamaicans in any working platform that they are, or any successes that they attain, do not let anybody bring you to their low. Because in this case, Mr. Vegas, you have bowed to the level of Souflo. Souflo is a gossip channel, and that's what gossip does. Gossip entertains some factual messages, and sometimes it entertains empty messages. But either way, by you bowing to that, by you being sucked into that, you have become a part of the gossip. And I believe that somewhere in all of that response that you've made, a few of your fans got a bit scorned of you, like, I need to back up off Mr. Vegas, you know. He came, he was wearing a shade, he had a hat, you know, he was trying to be incognito. It's like Mr. Vegas knew that he was wrong. It's like, I don't want to be myself, you know, but I have to bring out the dog in me and I have to get down to this dirty, grimy level, and that's exactly what he did. Anyway, people, Mr. Vegas, Souflo TV, even though you guys were running on parallel lines, now you have crossed over each other. This is what I'm imploring that you two do. You show Jamaica and Jamaicans that we all can hug and make up. You both owe each other an apology. Mr. Vegas owes Souflo an apology more than Souflo holds Mr. Vegas an apology. And I'm not siding here. I'm just saying that Mr. Vegas went a bit low with some of his wordings where Souflo did not. All Souflo did was just saying you didn't help anybody in your career. That's all he said. And whether that's true or a lie, you shouldn't have to come out and telling people that because it's the quarantine time and they might be eating a lot of crutches. Mr. Vegas, you have to do better than that, my brethren. So, on that note, I'm going to leave this. Anyway, people, as you know on my channel, I accept agreement and disagreement. I accept thumbs up and thumbs down. Because at the end of the day, people, each one teach one. You've reached the end of my video, and that in itself is a support that I truly appreciate. And while I'm at it, I will take this time out to let you guys know other ways that you can support my channel. The first and simplest way that you can support my channel is by giving this video a thumbs up. And the second and most important way that you can support this channel is by hitting that subscribe button and subscribe to my channel and follow me through my YouTube journey. Other ways that you can support my channel is by going to my Teespring online store and buying some of my merch. And another way that you guys can also support this channel is by joining me in Patreon to give me a contribution to support what I do on YouTube and what I do to entertain you guys. Once again, I want to thank you guys for your continuous support and ask that you join me, Ian T. Sebast, on YouTube and see where my journey takes me. Until next time, people. Peace.